I've decided to make a big change in my life. Actually, that's a lie. I'm not thinking about anything enough to make any kind of decision about my life. That I am in a period to try something new and to invest more in the unknown, direct experiencing, and sharing that with all those that would like to be here and to connect. With this great, profound mystery that I am simply a vessel for. If I lost about 50 pounds, 80 pounds, I'm sure that I could do a little bit of modeling. That's not what this is about. In this world, there are the haves and the have-nots. I don't know if it's a good idea for you to ask for advice in strengthening discipline and staying consistent from somebody smoking a cigarette. Really, I don't have much experience with strengthening mental discipline and staying consistent. I wouldn't be a good person to ask about that. I don't know, Elric, about a minute ago, I suppose. I'm taking a break from it right now. It's something I noticed today, and you might see if you have a part of this in yourself. But I noticed that there are things about myself that I hate, that I really don't like. And you'd think that, okay, it'd be this like habit that I have. Like I hate this habit about myself, or I hate, how I look, or I hate my weight, or I hate the situation in my life sometimes, right? But actually, it's none of that. I hate how I act in certain situations. It's none of that. It's actually that I hate certain kind of experiences that are fundamental to my being, to who I am. So, for example, I I really, really dislike when I wake up in the morning and I feel tired and I feel weak and I don't feel inspired, I don't feel energized. And you'd think it'd be such a simple thing, but it's such a big part of my experience of life. And I think it's probably going to be a big part of experience for anyone's life. These aspects of your experience that don't need to define you and that are temporary and temporal, but that happen. And then there's like this frustration about that. There's this frustration about being human. There's this frustration about being tired. There's this frustration about being vulnerable. So it seems to me like there's something important about that to get over, and how we don't identify with that tiredness even in a broader spectrum of our lives. Because if you really don't identify with that tiredness at that moment, you can be beyond it. But we get into these ego traps where it's like, I'm going to self-improve. I'm going to start waking up at the right time. I'm going to start exercising. All that stuff's fucking great. You know, there's nobody who wants to get up and exercise more than me. All 260 pounds of me. But actually, that hate or that dislike about these things that we can't change, it caused us a lot more suffering than is necessary. Maybe something to think about, or something to not think about. But I'm okay. Actually, I'm okay with my identity being a disaster. I'm okay with that. I'm open to not fitting in. I'm open to not being what other people expect me to be. And I'm trying to be more open about myself not being who I expect or who I would like it to be. Because it's really remarkable how vulnerable the body is. We say, oh, you know, you smoke cigarettes, it's very dangerous. You get the lung cancer, you get the sickness. But actually, you've already got the sickness, baby. You've got the sickness of having a body, this rotting corpse. So the Zen masters, they say, who is it that's dragging this rotting corpse around? And what are all your possessions and all your pleasures and all your plans gonna do when sickness, old age, and death come a-choochin' for you? You're not gonna do nothing. You can't do nothing. The only thing that you can do is be free from suffering, to be free from yourself now, and to practice being aligned with that. You can remember about this. You can contemplate about this, about the impermanence of the body, the vulnerability of the body. I mean, we're such jokesters. We're such jesters in this way where, buddy, if you're walking under a tree, and you'll be blessed to be walking under a tree. If you're walking under a building, if you're driving a motorcycle, if you're driving a car, you're a skip and a hop and a circumstance away from death. Did you hear about the nightclub fire, the Station nightclub fire in Rhode Island? Everybody's partying. We love rock and roll. We are the rock and rollers. We love rock and roll. And then the lead singer says, it's time for the pyrotechnics, baby. Fire goes out. Yes, we're free, we're drinking alcohol, we're free. And in a split second, in a split moment, in 5 seconds, in 10 seconds, in 30 seconds, that fire and that smoke fills the entire room. And now you've got hundreds of people all at once trying to get out as fast as they can. Now, you know who actually got out? It's the people who were aware, who were not lost in the fog and the haze of intoxication of appearances, but said, that's a fucking fire, run. And so our suffering is like that too. When that suffering comes up, drop it like it's hot. I don't care if you're masturbating, watching weird pornography. You hate yourself because you smoke or you drink or you're fat or you're ugly or whatever. If that suffering is there, drop it like it's hot. Because all these coping mechanisms that we've created to kind of avoid and not drop that suffering but try to push it away, and while we're pushing it, we're actually burning our hand. That's why you keep going into those coping mechanisms. This is Dharma. This is not personal. This is not interpersonal. Your suffering is your problem. Your sickness is your problem. Doesn't matter how much cancer you have, it can't spread to me. It can't be my cancer. Now we build up these interpersonal relationships. We feel love. We feel attachment. That's why the Buddha said that a child is the greatest suffering in the world. But when it comes down to it, it's just you. It's just your suffering. Bathtubs are hard to come by in Vietnam, and I'm not a millionaire. I don't have $100,000 in the bank to throw around. I don't have the money to have a place with a bathtub. So I'm just going to have to make do with what I've got here at this coffee shop, living low to the ground, as low to the ground as I can, but also prioritizing to continue this work and make people feel like they're really here. Make people feel like this isn't just some random thing going on in 480p. It's got to be 4K, doesn't it? So right now I've got some seeds that I've been planting, and according to the blessings, those seeds will sow, and we will be in 4K together at the suitable place with 5G, all right? I mean it metaphorically or allegorically. That's right, Chris. It's a real disaster. But in terms of me and you, what are we going to do about that? What are we going to do about me and you? We're going to forgive, release, and be able and willing to support each other and to be supported. See how it goes. Step by step, moment by moment, breath by breath, day by day. I love this cigarette because other than the cancer and the horribleness of smoking cigarettes, which you shouldn't do, but it has a black tea flavor. And I love to feel the smoke go into the lungs, the feeling of the smoke filling the lungs, burning my lungs and tearing me apart inside. Somebody left a comment on a Discord server saying some things about me. Let me read this comment here. They said, what they said, oh my God, falling into a wormhole. Help me, help me, help me. Okay. So they saw my video of me at the 5G tree. I saw a 5G tree and I had, because of the 5G, the data waves were going in, you know what I mean? And then this guy said, what happened, bro? They responded to that video. They said, what happened, bro? You need help? This guy said, After dissolving his ego for many years with deep meditation practices, he admitted on a recent interview that he went too deep too quickly without the proper caution. He wasn't cautious to slowly integrate his awakening into life outside the monastery. In India, during a huge festival, he had a mental breakdown because he couldn't function in so much egolessness. He became full of anger, and this ultimately led him to disrobing. Now he is trying to piece together some semblance of a functioning ego in society. You can see his attempts through Dr. Rob, quote unquote Dr. Rob, which are scattered, bizarre, and all over the place. Give him some time, he'll get there. I'm rooting for you, my friend. He tagged me and he said that. Do not smoke weed. Do not smoke weed. Well, we can describe it like that, but we can also describe modern civilization as the most developed and most wonderful and most technological fantasy world in our human history, our human experience. But we can also describe it as a discombobulated, disassociated, cognitive dissonance nightmare of destruction and exploitation. Cannabis, weed, whatever it is, don't smoke that. My location is undisclosed. Thank you, though. The holy name is shut the fuck up. That's the holy name. Shut the fuck up, 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 shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, 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 Studio is was going to be कुछ भी रहने विषय पर कौन की जो भी हो रहा है सभी जो भी है सभी लोगों का सभी जो मौज है शत the fuck up shut 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 the fuck up you know, it's the karma is unfathomable. The karma is not understandable. The cause and effect, the situation, the person, the place, the circumstances. It's not understandable. It's not fathomable. Way. Look at this just came up. I'm a big cilantro fan myself. Shut the fuck up, 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 shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, 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 and we do have to love each other, don't we? But there's also boundaries and barriers that that we have to be comfortable with, and it has to be a love that's based in detachment, a love that's based in renunciation, not a love about holding different standards to different people at different times, because our love is not actually about other people, it's about ourselves, not about understanding, controlling, manipulating, being in a position of authority with other people. It's about being in a position of forgiveness and grace with ourselves and with everything. We've had some donations come in recently for some new equipment, some blessings, some seeds that have been sowed, and our work will be taking a new form very, very soon. I'm investing in the community. And it's kind of weird how we have these standards in the West about like really being able to see and understand people and see like who really people are. But who are the people that we lift up like the highest in our society, that we pay the most money in terms of social dynamics? It's actors, it's fake people. Nobody is more real than, I don't have a health plan. Nobody is more real than fucking Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. You know, and I think Hollywood's falling apart. I do. I think Hollywood is 100% falling apart. I should make a video about that. Who's going to replace Mel Gibson? Who's going to replace... I'm not a big Leonardo DiCaprio fan, but he's been in some good movies. Who's going to replace Daniel Day-Lewis? Who's going to replace... That's a good one, Kai. Who's going to replace... Who's the best actor? Who's the best actor that you can bring up to your mind, everybody? Who's the best actor you can bring to your mind? And I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry that I've changed, and this whole channel and this whole monk life meditation community. What has it become? What has it become? Jack Nicholson. Geez Louise. I'm not a big Jack Nicholson fan either. Tom Cruise, I guess. Emily Blunt. I'm a philosopher. I'm a neo-philosopher. This is neo-philosophy. Colin Farrell. I'm a big Colin Farrell fan, that's for sure. All right, enough, everybody. Enough. Enough. It's hopeless. Our lives and ourselves are 100% hopeless. And we're all running towards luxury because it gives us this false sense of hope. But there is no hope for the self. There is no hope for you. There is no hope for I. There is no hope for a successful story. It's totally hopeless. Yourself, your dream, your idea, your personality view, your personal view is hopeless. I mean, look at me. If I'm not an example of hopelessness, then what is? There you go, Chelsea. Meditating, what's meditation going to do? Contrived meditation is not the way. Because your winning at life will just become a bigger problem in the end. And anyways, I mean, there's a certain kind of view here in terms of winning in life that's not just about your body and your mind. You see what I'm saying? So it's like people who are oil magnates and the winning of the royal family of England. You know, what has that done to the world? And that's very realistic, you know, but that's something that we don't have, we don't access. We don't have access to that somehow. It's like, where is our communist superstate? Where is our socialist eco-village? Where's our spiritual eco-village? Just stay with just experiencing, Chelsea. What we can is going to be more unnecessary problem. But yeah, yeah. But it's future fixated, right? So just experiencing. Just experiencing. Say, give me the answers, give me the platitudes, help me feel content. Tell that to Cancer. Tell that to Ajahn Brahm. See if he'll pick up the phone. The flies are in my wounds. Okay. I don't want anybody to be angry. I don't want anybody to be upset. Do you? Do you want anybody to be angry? Do you want anybody to be upset? Do you want to be angry? Do you want to be upset? I don't know what MX is. Where does MX come from? Anybody know? 20 MX dollars. $1. You donated $1, Mousy. Mexico, $1 Mexican dollar. Okay. I need to confirm that, Mousy. Call in on WhatsApp so I can confirm that that's all you got. Send me your bank details. Send me your investment portfolio. Good day, mate. Oh, Australia. What memories of people, places, and things that tickled my fancy. You know, probably one of the highlights of Australia was meeting Wally B himself and being in the bush and my getting to see my inadequacies of being a spiritual teacher. Oh, Australia, where have you gone? Oh, Australia, you're still here in my heart. The good Aussie outback. No, but I could see maybe if I can illegally get into the country some way by boat or by box, ship myself in a wooden box. And anyways, I'm going to have the Monk Life Meditation Mining Program is going to have a lot of young men in Australia on working holidays from India, from all over the world. I look back to my memories of Australia, and what stands out is just the kindness of my student, the kindness of my spiritual friends, and their openness and their flexibility and their non-attachment to a fixed sense of ego, actually. Because something actually happened as I arrived in Australia, which was I just fully took on this Australian-speaking lunatic persona for a particular period of time, and just to see how flexible the people were about the coming and going of that. So there's something really valuable about my students and their openness to not creating a solidified ego about other people that I value a lot. Certainly not about their teacher, their great master. I'm at an undisclosed location nearby this tree, so I'll send my GPS location to anyone that is W's in the chat for those from Russia. All right, Chelsea. Well, you're very welcome here. That's right, Kai. We need to figure this out. Simple search, Ozempic, in my area. I gotta get myself to my yoga instructor arc, my Black Lotus yoga instructor arc. I'm sick of this. How much does this cost? I need a doctor's prescription. Think about we're sowing seeds for the next stage of creating the Monk Life Meditation Institute. So of course, for an institute to take place, we'll need a Monk Life Meditation studio. And the Monk Life Meditation Studio is currently in its planning and preparation and investment phase. And we can expect the Monk Life Meditation Studio to be open within the next 1 or 2 weeks. And it should be a very impressive and a very impactful shift. And there's a lot to be excited about. There's a lot of return on investment coming down the pipeline. It's very exciting times. Okay, glad to hear that, Shelly. We're going back. We're just getting ready to go back to Bali, baby, right? Bali is where it's at. What am I selling? Good idea. I'm not selling anything yet, but eventually I'm sure my shit will turn to gold and then we'll have a lot to sell. I mean, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? I mean, it is, isn't it? Is it or not? Is it kind of crazy or not? Because think about this. Think about this. Yeah. The shortness of time that we have on this planet Earth. All right, Liam Moo, you're very welcome. I hope to hear many important insights from you.
Hello. Hi. Where are you from?
Ayirafat,
Are you know?
Namo Bansut Kamuni Phật.
Mỹ hả? Việt Nam là Việt Nam.
Namo A Di Đà Phật. Namo A Di Đà Phật. Namo A Di Đà Phật. Namo A Di. I'm from America.
You ở đây hả?
I'm from America.
America.
I follow Buddha.
Buddha hả? Tôi bên Buddha hả? Vậy rồi.
Meditate.
Bên đó thiền thiền ông tu bên lý đạo.
Namo Quante Ambota. Quante Ambota. A di đà Phật.
Good rồi.
Thank you.
Chị
Yeah.
đây chị ổng ở bên Ấn Độ. Ổng tu bên Ấn Độ, xuất gia. Ổng đang đây.
Hying? That's interesting. You know, it's like all of our money, all of our resources, everything that we have to use. No, cigarettes are not nice, Mousy. How dare you mislead people? Well, what can I say? I don't like them. Okay, enough. Stop. Everyone stop. Everyone stop. Everyone stop. Everyone be quiet. Everyone stop and be quiet. No, do not take mushrooms, do not take psychedelics. Everybody stop. Be quiet, everyone be quiet. Everyone stop. I'm becoming overwhelmed because the coffee make the anxiety in my stomach. Everyone stop. Do not smoke marijuana. Everyone stop. Everyone be quiet. Everyone stop. Yeah, that's right, J4A. It's the cigarettes, it's the caffeine. Nobody here is smoking meth, nobody here is taking drugs, okay? Nobody here is becoming intoxicated. Do not become intoxicated by thoughts. What if you saw this or heard this and you didn't think about what you saw and heard? What about that? What if you stopped thinking about what you're experiencing? What about that? Vaping is worse than cigarettes. Vaping is a lot worse than cigarettes. Maybe not for Indonesian people, but for white people. For white people, cigarettes are preferable to vaping. And for, I don't care if you disagree. I'm in charge here, so you don't get to disagree. Okay? You're in Dr. Rob's house. You're in the Monk Life Meditation Institute. The professor is speaking. It doesn't matter if you agree or you don't agree. Okay? Indonesians should stop smoking cigarettes. Indonesians should vape if they're going to do the nicotine stuff. And for people who are white and smoking vaping, they should stop and they should start smoking cigarettes. It's not that you have to agree with everything that I say. It's just that your agreement or disagreement is irrelevant. Okay? And I'm not a loser. I'm a very well-traveled man, and I'm a mysterious Kumjaya basa kashe anaya kashe anamakashe safashe anamakasha. E makashe safakoshu anamakashe se makashe amayata. Ye makashe anamasakashe rewasamashe amakate anashe wasaka. Ye amashakata weshe makatashe soya kashuri hafashe yamakashe anama. Kaya mashoko ishwishwe anamakashe waswishwe amakasha. E maya kashe amana sabura ya kashe makanaya e makashe safai she makare she ana kasha e makashu ya sakashe ya pasha vakashe hasha kenea amakashe safasha ya kashe me ya kashe mashakana ya sha amakashe na makashe ya fasha kare she fema yema kashe ala kashe ya vasha ke she ya vasha e makashe na makashe ya safasha ya makashu ya makashe ana Amakashi and Amakashi, Wayakashi, Nemiakushi, Wasakana, Siana, Emakoshi and Amakashi, Washa, the Vasisha, Katashi, and Amakashi, Amokushi, Rasabashi, and Amakashi, Wasakana, Sianama, Amakashi, and Amakashi, Ras, Shifiana, Makashi, Amakashi, and Amakashiana, Emakashi, and Amakashi, Nemashi, and Ama. Okay? Relax. Focus on your journey. Namaskar. People try to lower the energy field here, and that's very problematic. I don't know, Liamu. There's some element and there's some problem about like understanding other people. This idea that we can just go around and understand everybody that we see, and we can understand what they've been through, and we can understand their perspective, we can understand their experience. We can't. You know, people see me a good-looking smart, intelligent, fit white man, and they say, oh, you must have a nice car, you must have a nice house. People say, where are you from? I say, America, but I'm not really from there. And what that means, I don't have a house anywhere, I don't have a car anywhere, I don't have these kinds of things. But I've got a lot of good friends on the path, and I have a lot of willingness to share my experience. and you know, a lot of willingness to be concerned with the spirituality. But a lot of people aren't very willing to have a deep discussion or a deep sharing and deep receiving about spirituality. So even if you share some teaching or some principle or some practice or idea, it just goes over people's heads. It's like, no, you can't say that because I don't understand it, or I don't know what that's coming from, or I don't know what that's about. So what about fucking people who don't speak English? You need to train them to speak English because they don't speak the language that you speak, because they don't have the culture that you have. It's just ridiculous. The Buddha is seen in an autumn leaf. The Dharma is a floating cloud. The Sangha body is everywhere. My true home is right here. Okay. You know, what are you going to do with your money when you get sick? What are you going to do with your money when you die? What are you going to do with your money when you can't walk, when you can barely breathe because of all the cigarettes that you've smoked? You're going to put it in your ass as you're, being fed morphine, to pass on to the next world or the next life or whatever? Honey, please stuff my money into my ass. What good's that going to do you? So whatever you have, be willing to use it, even if it's suffering, even if it's pain, even if it's sleepiness, even if it's fear, even if it's anger, even if it's greed. Use it without attachment. Welcome, Liamu. Hope to see you around. Thanks for stopping by. My suffering while healing suffering is just resistance to what is. Well, seems like he's somebody who knows what he's talking about. The looking in the eyes thing, I don't know about that. But maybe for some people that's good. But it's not that or not that. It's like, well, they're not a spiritual teacher if they don't look in your eyes. That's not quite, looking into your eyes. So it can be really good, and it is very irrelevant, actually. Just like meditating with your eyes open can be very good, but it's also very irrelevant, eyes open or closed. Trying to lower the vibrational energy here, Tyler McDonald. It's not going to happen. Do not come in here and try to lower the vibrational energy. Okay. And then we get into weird toxicity and things like that. So let's try to take responsibility for our own experience and not try to make other people fit into the box of our thoughts. Capiche? It's a nice way to live, eh? Maybe Rohan's trying to see if you're genuine or not by looking into the eyes. I don't know. You know, what's so special about someone's eyes? Look into someone's asshole. That'd probably be more dynamic and intense. All right, everybody, drop trow and bend over. We're going to do a looking exercise. If only we could get a good student like Rohan in here. I am famous. I am a spiritual teacher. 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 I am famous, I am a spiritual teacher. I am famous, I am a spiritual teacher. I am famous, I am a spiritual teacher. I am famous. And I'm not taking any shots at Rohan. What I heard from Rohan was really cool. I am famous, I am a spiritual teacher. 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 I should have titled the video that. I am famous, I am a spiritual teacher. All right, everybody. I am a tree, I am a tree, I am a tree, I'm 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 a tree. I'm a tree, 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 I'm Chim 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 morning vel meal moment 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 vel meal Oh, moment vel meal 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 moment vel meal
Bây giờ nó còn hạnh phúc lắm nè.
Who will conquer this earth and this world of death with its gods? Who will gather well-expressed words of truth as an expert gathers flowers? It is the studious who will conquer the earth and the world of death with its gods. It is the studious who will gather well-expressed words of truth as an expert gathers flowers. Knowing the body is like froth, realizing it is insubstantial, breaking the flowery arrow of destruction, one goes to a realm invisible to the king of death. Death carries off someone absorbed in picking flowers, like a flood sweeps away a sleeping village. Death overpowers one absorbed in picking flowers, before one has attained one's aim. Just as the bee takes the nectar and leaves without damaging the color or scent of the flowers, so should the sage act in a village. Do not look at the faults of others or what others have done or not done. Observe what you yourself have done and have not done. Like a beautiful flower that is colorful but has no fragrance, even well-spoken words bear no fruit in one who does not put them into practice. Like a beautiful flower that is both colorful and fragrant, well-spoken words bear fruit in one who puts them into practice. Just as many kinds of garlands can be made from a heap of flowers, so also much good can be done by a mortal being. The scent of flowers does not go against the wind, nor does the scent of sandalwood, aloes wood, or jasmine. But the scent of the virtuous does go against the wind. The fragrance of righteousness perfumes all directions. Sandalwood, aloes wood, blue lotus, great flowered jasmine. Even among such fragrant things, the fragrance of virtuous conduct is best of all. The fragrance of aloes wood and sandalwood is but slight. The fragrance of virtuous people is supreme, reaching even to the gods. There is no way for destructiveness to assail people who have perfected virtuous conduct, who live vigilantly, and who are liberated by true knowledge. Just as a fragrant, delightful lotus grows from a heap of dust thrown on the ground, so also do disciples of the truly enlightened shine in the midst of blind mortals, who are like so much dust. the fool. The night is long to the wakeful. A distance of 10 miles is long to the wary. The road of life and death is long to fools who do not know the truth. A wayfarer who does not find anyone better or equal should resolutely go alone. There is no companionship with a fool. I have sons, I have property. The fool suffers thinking thus. Even oneself is not one's own. How then sons? How then property? A fool who is conscious of his folly is thereby wise. A fool who thinks himself wise is the one to be called a fool. Even if a fool associates with someone wise all his life, he will never know the truth, just as a spoon cannot discern the taste of the soup. Someone who is intelligent will realize the truth right away by associating with someone wise for even a while, just as the tongue discerns the taste of soup. Stupid fools act as enemies to themselves, doing evil deeds that have painful results. No deed is well done that is followed by regret, with consequences attended by tears and weeping. That deed is well done that is not followed by regret, with consequences attended by joy and happiness. As long as it has not borne fruit, the fool thinks evil sweet. But when evil bears fruit, then the fool suffers misery. The abstinence of the ignorant is worth less than a 16th part of those who have integrated all truths. The effect of an evil deed, like milk, does not congeal at once. It follows the foolish one, burning like fire covered with ashes. Whatever knowledge a fool acquires tends to be harmful. It destroys the fool's virtue, going to his head. He may wish for undeserved honor, precedence among mendicants, rulership among settled populations, and homage among other groups. This I have done. Let the laity and the mendicants know of it. Let my will be followed in what is to be done and what is not to be done. Such are the thoughts of fools. Thus do craving and conceit grow. One is the way to gain. The other is the way to nirvana. Knowing this fact, students of the Buddha should not take pleasure in being honored, but should practice detachment. Witch in Blue, I'll have you know that I'm a very powerful warlock, and you should tread very carefully in my domain. Good, good, good. Oi. It's good. Thank you. Smoking on that regret pack. Long-term investment. Looking to get a little bit into the family jewels here. All right, the wise. Here we go. This sounds like it's gonna blow my flute. Whoever sees one who points out faults as a revealer of hidden treasures. Sorry. God damn it, Rob. What the hell's wrong with you? You've been doing this since first grade. Read good. Read correctly. 6. The wise, from the Dhammapada. Whoever sees one who points out Thank you, Witch in Blue. Invite your friends, invite your family. Whoever sees one who points out faults as a revealer of hidden treasures should follow such a wise one, intelligent who tells what is blameworthy. Good, not ill, happens to one who follows such an individual. Let one admonish and educate and lead away from what is uncouth. Then one will be liked by good people and disliked by bad people. And this isn't a surface level dislike. This is like a dislike of bitterness, like the bitterness of an IPA beer or the bitterness of a strong espresso shot. So it's not just like you don't like that, so you want to be involved with it or go to a coffee shop to complain about the bitterness. The taste is antithetical to the lifestyle and the way of bad ones. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? That's how Dr. Rob will protect you in the astral realm. But there's a little bit of a learning curve in this as well. So, sometimes it takes a little bit for people to get a taste of what's going on. The beauty of those who find peace in what is seen as poverty. Legalize not being a dumb fuck, Anton. I don't think we have jails big enough for that. Come on, I can do this. I can do this. The wise. One should not associate with bad companions. One should not associate with base companions. Associate with good companions. Associate with high-minded companions. So what that can mean is how willing you are to take it to a high-minded view, not a philosophical view, but a high-minded view, basically beyond the scope of self-fixated understanding. Those who delight in truth sleep peacefully with clear minds. The wise always takes pleasure in truth expounded by the high-minded. The irrigation engineer guides water. The fletcher makes arrows true. The carpenter makes timber straight. The wise master themselves. As a solid boulder does not shake in the wind, the wise are not moved by censure or praise. Just as a deep lake is clear and clean, so do the wise become clear after hearing the truths. Real people are unattached wherever they are. Those at peace do not speak out of desire for pleasure. Whether they encounter comfort or pain, the wise show neither elation nor depression. One should not hope for children, riches, or dominion for oneself or for others. One who does not seek personal enrichment by unrighteous means is ethical, insightful, principled. Few are the people who reach the beyond. The others run along this shore. When truth is correctly explained, those who follow truth will go beyond the domain of death, which is so hard to cross over. The wise should abandon evil things and do what is good, leaving attachments and entering into a life without attachment, the individualism that is hard to enjoy. Let the wise seek enjoyment therein, having given up all desire and having ridden oneself of mental pollution. Those in whom the mind is correctly cultivated in the branches of perfect enlightenment, who have no attachments and enjoy being free from grasping, and who have stopped all compulsion, attain perfect nirvana here in this world. Now, the confusion here comes about when the teachings are presented in such a way that doesn't humble us as mere middling wayfarers. If we cannot accept ourselves as middling wayfarers, then we cannot be realistic about our path. Are you going to become a monk or a nun? Are you sacrificing your life? Are you giving everything to this path that gives hope to hopelessness, or that is beyond hope and hopelessness? Or you middle of the way. You like the Dhamma, you take refuge in the Dhamma, you take refuge in the Sangha, you take refuge in the Buddha, but you're not the fucking king. You're just some fucking schmuck. So that's the problem with a lot of non-duality teachers and this kind of, it's just your resistance, and then you'd be able to taste the deathless. Maybe it's more or less true, but it's not realistic and practical in a limitless way. Because we also put this limit on like a non-duality pointing and that kind of thing. And the emptiness of what I just said as well. So it's all inclusive, and it becomes a conversation on high-mindedness rather than absolutism about this or that. Sweet dreams. I like microphones so much that I've got two of them. No, I'm not watching my own live. Yeah, it's peaceful. Thank you, Wax. Because the teaching is a learning process. Once you start to teach from this position of knowing everything already, you don't have any more chance to learn. Dhammapada is really good. Recommended reading for sure. Very sick. In the cool way, you know?
Cái đây chữ viết giùm được không? Còn áo khoác này. Không, viết không.
I wouldn't say when I was a monk I lived within a steady and disciplined practice, but you could say that and I could say that. You know, that's a way to look at it. And it was that way sometimes, but maybe not in the way that people would imagine or expect. Now, as a householder, refining and polishing the jewel of the mind, well, there's nothing better to do. I did play some video games yesterday on the laptop, and that was pretty sick. So I don't know how much that's polishing the mind, but that was cool. Some Halo Infinite, you know, shooting and winning, getting some W's. But I remember the teachings, and I remember the community, and I remember the masters, and You know, so there's nothing better to do than being concerned with the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. You know, it's not like I've got a hydrocodone script or something like that to spend my time on. You know, pop some perk 30s. I don't have anything like that. So, you know, what is there better to do? What is there better to do than be concerned with the Dhamma and the way of ending suffering and the reality, the reality of the here and now, if we want to say it in a really stupid way. I see it as irrelevant, but it could be beneficial in terms of the body or in terms of the mind. But this is not about attaching to benefits for the body or the mind. There's a kind of transcendental mindfulness that's on the table here, and pointing to the disastrousness of dragging this corpse around. Trying to make this better, in that sense, is something I want to. I don't know, because, maybe it's a cop-out. You're Dr. Rob, you're 260 pounds, you're smoking cigarettes, you got some fucking mustache, you don't have a job, you don't have a family. But, I don't know. I think we all have our own lives to live. And it's good if we can have connection with someone else or with community that takes the path seriously and, is interested in listening to and discussing the Dhamma. But it's not really something special. It's very here and nowness. And anyways, why do you want to be fit? I would just want to be physically fit and healthy. So I'm not going to follow that I. I don't want anything to do with anything as much as possible. We say the long-term goals and the long-term plans. Well, how about now? How about being? And how about the possibility of finding out what you're owed for all these misdeeds, for all this attachment? Somebody's laughing at me, putting their little laughing emojis. I don't have all the answers. Ayirafat, be safe, okay? don't have any answers. But I'm not a monk anymore, so. And I'm not who I once was. I'm not who I was before. This is a new moment, a new experience, isn't it? But I like to connect. I like to confront. I like to be concerned with the Dhamma, so it goes up, it goes down. Maybe I'll stop drinking coffee, you know what I mean? Maybe the voices will stop. Please, voices 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 stop. Please. I think all of us, we can share in that experience, and then the older among us, they can put Dr. Rob in their will, and the younger among us, the young men, they can sign up for the Monk Life Meditation Mining Program in Australia. And what more could you ask for than that, eh? So. Someone donated for a camera, so I have to buy a camera, and I'm going to buy a microphone for the desktop live streaming and teaching. But what I learned, I guess, in the monk life, is definitely number one, that my life is not about me. Right? My life is not just about myself. And it's also not about particular people. And I learned that in the way of teaching and sharing the Dhamma, that there's an efficacy in giving your life, sharing your life with it. Doesn't mean that you have a camera set up for live streaming in the toilet or whatever that might be, but you know, you can share a lot, you can give a lot, and you know, people can be helped, and if you want to be helped, you have to find a way to help others. Yeah, it's about we, and that it being about we doesn't need to be this like cult or sex group, you know, some kind of hippie thing about free love, but it can actually be about the path of ending suffering and helping others and all that. Well, I'll worry about others helping myself, and I'll worry about myself helping others. And I'll do my best to not worry about that. I think we worry too much about that when there's already a lot of abundancy, and we can actually find joy in our work. that doesn't need to fit into a particular box. And I think that's where the real spirituality is. And this is just my work, you know, and I don't know how to label it exactly. I certainly don't know how to sell it, other than, you know, connecting with people and making people feel like they want to invest in me and invest in my life, but I also want to invest in other people's lives. But it's through detachment, you know, it's through giving. It's not through interpersonal relationships. So it's like, you know, me live streaming and sharing and doing this, it's not because I feel obligated to other people. It's because this is a way for me to give and to share my life and my body and my mind and myself, and that I can't see living life without doing that. And for most people, they wouldn't be able to do this. They wouldn't be able to live stream and look at themselves in a camera for you know, so many hours. And my ego has been restructured by it, because now it's like my thoughts, it's almost like my thoughts are oriented towards live streaming, because I've spent probably most of my, you know, recent times live streaming to people that I can't necessarily see or hear, but I know that they are there, and I know that they're there for me, and they know that I'm there for them as well at that time, that I'm willing to be there for them. And I think that's important. Who's laughing at me? I want to know who's laughing at me and what they're laughing about. Actually, I don't. I don't want to know. Just keep laughing. Don't explain yourself, please. More confusions and burdens. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Jesus Christ. Give it to God. Give it to Buddha. Truth tree, tree of truth, the Buddha's tree. Fucking tree full of evil spiders, I bet, and centipedes and stuff. Don't sleep under a tree like this. Can you imagine what lives in there? Just has a great time crawling around and, oh, spooky. We just get these big ideas about our future and, you know, our plans and what we're going to do and how we're going to support ourselves. But if you can't even support yourself now to have some semblance of peace and openness, that's not about thinking about this schema of yourself and the world and time, then what's the point of living? Where's the richness in life if you can't find richness now? And that's what the Dhamma is all about. The Dhamma is all about this transcendental position. I'm not saying I'm an advocate for Judaism. I'm not an advocate for Judaism. I'm not encouraging people to be Jewish here. I'm not propping up the Jewish state here. That's not what I support. That's not what I believe in. And AI can be really helpful too, but it can also be very harmful. So be careful how you use it. Hmm. Send the money first, playlist comes later. You got to spend money to make money. There ain't no two ways about it. If you're not willing to spend money, you ain't going to make money. It's a hard truth in this world. Wah, cha-cha. If you want to make it in the world of being a spiritual teacher, if you want to tune into that abundancy frequency, you're going to have to give more and more and more. You're going to have to give your whole life, your whole body, your whole mind. Give everything. It's energy. It's about the energy. It's about the frequency. The weather's fine, but disaster could strike at any moment. In a certain kind of way, the whole world is the bush. It's only a matter of time before a kangaroo gets a hold of you, before a scorpion snaps your back, before a reptile changes the direction of your life. It's just a matter of time. Oh, but I have the money. The money will take care of me. The money will protect me. I just need a little bit of money. Wrong. Try to give a kangaroo a $100 bill. They're going to pop you in your mouth. I already answered your question, Shiva. Listen closely. The Buddha is seen in an autumn leaf. The Dharma is a floating cloud. The Sangha body is everywhere. My true home is right here. Breathing in, cancer is blooming. Breathing out, I am aware that lungs are failing, my heart is at peace. My true home is morphine. Well, so the thing is, Solar Leveler, you have a lot of attachment to living at a particular place, to eating particular food, to getting a certain kind of health care. So that attachment means that you're very limited in terms of what you can do. But if you're less attached about where you live, what you eat, and what kind of health care you get, then you just need to call Dr. Rob on WhatsApp and we're gonna, chase the white rabbit. You're gonna find yourself in Myanmar before you know it. You're going to find yourself asking a Vietnamese woman for a $2,000 loan before you know it. A Buddhist community. The Buddhist community will support you if you dare to detach. I can go and become a monk tomorrow or a week from now, if that's what I feel that I need to do. Nobody else is going to decide that for me. Nobody else is going to decide what you need to do or where you need to go or what you're willing to do or where you're willing to go, etc. But you don't even have to become a monk or a nun to be supported. You can be a yogi, you can be a volunteer, you can be a meditator. Just talking about practical realities, nothing special. Hey, keep that in your back pocket, eh? So much suffering. I keep losing more and more subscribers. People don't like this shift in Dr. Rob. How dare they unsubscribe? But I get it. This is very confronting. This is very uncomfortable. A yogi is like a full-time meditator, but they don't want to be a monk or a nun. So they want to live under the umbrella of the community of the monks and nuns. They're willing to volunteer, but primarily they're focused on meditation or their own internal work. So I would be like a yogi probably, or they have some experience in meditation. Yes, for sure. Yeah, we have temple especially in Thailand, especially in Myanmar, and especially in the U.S. We have more and more properties being donated in the U.S., so we start more and more meditation center there in the next year, 2 years, and we need more Western people who are willing to volunteer, and just more people who need refuge, who aren't completely out of their, out of their minds. That's on a need-to-know basis, Ashley. I'm sitting here under this tree. Can't you see that? It's okay if you want things to change quickly. It's all right, but you have to be patient. You have to be open. Well, T-Mac, I care where you're at. I care where you're at, T-Mac. Remember, detachment is not callousness. Detachment has this sense of compassion and of care. But it doesn't mean you're, get on my back, I'll take you to the promised land. It doesn't work like that. Okay, everybody. Well, we have any final questions or sharing experience? My ride is here, so not in a rush, but have some work to do this evening. Concerned with the Monk Life Meditation Institute and the Monk Life Meditation Studio. If you just leave it at these are all nonsense, meaningless things, put a period there and then get rid of whatever else you said. Yeah, it's nice to come together and share, and a little bit of Dhamma, a little bit of being with the Sangha, being with, it's not that we're just sitting together and meditate, or we're just sitting together studying the teachings, but that we're concerned with the high-minded, and we're concerned with mindfulness and detachment. There's a different quality to it. Just like if we were here concerned with talking shit and drinking beer, it'd be a different quality to it. So. When you feel that fear, when you feel that energy in the stomach, energy in the chest, that's your sign to open. That's your sign to widen out. to change your view, to change your perception about that being good or bad or right and wrong, and actually see what it is, see where it is. That's right. That's right. All kinds of psychic powers and phenomena over here. You wouldn't believe it. I don't believe it. Widening out, opening out. My real occupation is a life coach and a spiritual mentor and teacher. That's my real occupation. To the chagrin of many. Ayidafat. People say, why do you like the Asian people? It's just that the people, they know about Buddha. How much they know or don't know is not up to them. It's a tradition, it's an ancestry. So, all right. Smell you later, everybody. Thank you for your time and your energy and your support, your deep listening and deep sharing. And see you again live from the Monk Life Meditation Institute very, very soon. Big changes are in store, so don't look forward to anything. Just open up to everything right here and now.